At page 85, Ademoyega described Chief Ojukwu as crafty and selfish. Is that correct?
Yes. No.
Now, you will agree with me that from what happened, that is the coup being led by Igbo officers, and the fact that only leaders, political leaders from the north and west were killed, it was reasonable for people to assume that it was an Igbo coup.
It could be reasonable for the man in the street, but not the elite.
Or for the man in the street?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now, at page 11 of Exhibit 1, that is your petition, you said, as far as you're concerned, the coup was purely a military event. Are you still standing by that?
Sorry?
That the coup of 1966 was purely a military event?
Yes.
In what context?
Very much so, yes.
Yes. How?
Because it was a coup planned and executed by military officers.
Military officers from a section of the country.
By military officers.
Killing politicians from another section.
Comprising both Igbos and many others. You could say that leaders are Igbos, but comparing all Igbos and many others.
All the 4 senior military officers killed in Lagos, Mai Malari, Kur Mohammed, Pam, and Lagerma, were all northern officers. Is that correct?
It was in the heat of the coup.
Is that correct?
Simple question.
Is that correct?
Well, I'm adding 1 to make it correct.
Okay, so out of the 5 killed, 4 were all northern officers.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you complained about Arabic inscription in the badge of the Nigerian army. You will agree with me that there is also an eagle as part of that badge. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you know that that eagle represents Roman Catholic. I'm sure you know that.
I'm hearing that for the first time.
You're hearing that for the first time?
I'm hearing that for the first time.
Okay.
In the continuing part of these historic proceedings, Comrade Uche Chukwumerije is recalled to the witness box on behalf of Ohaneze Ndigbo for cross-examination by counsel for Arewa Consultative Forum, Yahaya Mahmood. He was born on 11th January 1939 in Ogoja, Cross River State, Nigeria. He is popularly called Comrade because of his lifelong socialist beliefs. Chukwumerije served as Minister of Information and Culture under General Ibrahim Babangida and under the interim national government of Ernest Shonekan. In the Fourth Republic, he was re-elected to the Senate on the People's Democratic Party's platform, but he fell out of favor with the party's leadership when he opposed Obasanjo's third-term agenda. He eventually decamped to the Progressive People's Alliance in 2006 and was re-elected to the Senate on April 28, 2007. Chukwumerije was again re-elected on the PDP platform in the April 2011 elections. He passed away in office of lung cancer in 2015.
Before this honorable commission, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So I affirm. Yes.
Comrade.
My lords, members of the commission, may I at this stage apply that the witnesses who have been called and whom we have brought, that your lordship makes an order for one Yusuf Jibo of NTA, who had run a commentary behind their previous evidence 4 times on television, that commentary be made available to this commission and to the witnesses. Because after they had given evidence, Yusuf Jibo took the evidence they gave ran it on 4 different occasions on NTA television, making a commentary and calling them liars. That is my application, my Lord. I'm not opposing to further cross-examination.
Why didn't you sort of apply formally to the commission for the commission to call him to testify? Do you make an application, or we're just making one now?
I'm making one now, my Lord.
Get
Yusuf Jibo.
The particulars.
Yes, my Lord.
You know him?
I'm aware he's of the NTA, my Lord. I know him. Yes, my Lord.
It's just a question of strategy.
Yes, all right.
I'm aware Yusuf Jibo is of the NT, and I saw him here yesterday.
Yes. Get somebody, get a media man now,
Yes, my Lord.
and then let him get what they want. So if it's possible, we call him today.
As my Lord pleases, we'll issue a summons.
Yes.
Was reminding me that
Get sheriff to look after that.
is being called every time I come to so let them take it and control.
Comrade, you signed the original petition, Exhibit 1.
Yes, my Lord.
You were also the sole signatory of Exhibit 3, which is the summary of the petition, which you read to the commission.
Yes, my Lord.
Please give him Exhibit 1. Comrade, please see page 11. Paragraph 3.2. You have seen it?
Yes, please.
Lines 7 to 10.
Yes.
You said, we have it on good authority that the 15th January 1966 coup was in fact a counter coup, preemptive of another coup planned for 17th January 1966. We also have it on good authority that the main aim of the coup planners was the installation of Chief Awolowo, a non-Igbo, as Prime Minister. That correct?
Yes.
When Bule was given evidence, he stated that the coup planned for 17th January was supposed to be a jihad. Is that correct?
So Boulier said.
Yes. You agree with that? You signed Exhibit 1 and Exhibit 3.
I wouldn't know why you used the word jihad. I won't describe that as a jihad.
What was this supposed to be?
Well, it's supposed to be just what it is, a coup plan.
No, he said it was a coup planned to install an Islamic government. Except if you don't agree with him, say to the commission that you don't agree with him.
I'm only disagreeing with the word jihad.
Okay, so the coup for January 17th was not to be a jihad.
I said I wouldn't use the word jihad if I was
What word
writing
will you
that.
use in its place?
I just hear a coup.
By
plan.
who?
Yes.
By who?
I just say coup plan.
Yes, coup planned by who? You said you have it on good authority. This is a fact-finding commission, and the commission would like to know who was planning that coup of January 17th.
By sympathizers of, let me put it this way, the fragmentation in the wider political environment, unfortunately, were mirrored in the army. That is now with the advantage of hindsight. In the political environment, you had the country was polarized into two. You had OPGA on one side, you have NNA.
Sorry, comrade, I'm not trying to stop you. You see, the question is simple. You talk of having it on good authority.
You said by whom, and I'm trying
that there were two, yes, that there were two coups, one for the 17th, and then the planners were to install Chief Obafemi Awolowo as the Prime Minister.
No, that's the planners of 15th.
That was of the 15th?
Yes.
What of the 17th?
I don't know whom they intend to plan. I'm trying to explain to you what we meant by on good authority, and you stop me.
Okay. Tell us what you mean by good authority.
Yes, what I mean is simply this, that the country have been reduced to a stage of this intense mutual mistrust. You had on one side NNA, you had on the other side OPGA. And with the advantage of hindsight, one would say that the divisions in the larger political environment were now being mirrored in the army. I would say that the planners of General 17 coup were officers sympathetic to NNA.
So, but you are saying emphatically that what Bule said, that it was supposed to be a jihad, you are not agreeing with that?
Yes, I don't agree with that word.
Jihad?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what your petition is saying in essence is that it was wrong to describe the January 66 coup as an Igbo coup.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. According to your petition, all those who planned the January 66 coup, except Ademoyega, were Igbo military officers.
No.
Yes.
All those who planned January 66 coup, the 5 majors, I don't know about the younger majors.
Okay.
Of the 5 majors, one is a Yoruba, Wole Ademoyega.
Okay.
Whom in your counter petition you describe as an Igbo. And I'm sure Wole will not be amused by that.
It is correct that of the 5 majors, Ife Joanna and Okapo led the operation in Lagos, where the Prime Minister was killed.
I'm not a soldier, but I read about that.
You signed the petition.
Yes.
It is also correct that
the petition I signed, I'm not talking about the details of what the officers did. All I'm trying to say in the petition that Igbo civilian population did not participate and plan a coup.
Yes, what I'm trying to tell you is why people believe it was an Igbo coup. And it is from your own petition. Unwobosi, who led the coup in Ibadan, is an Igbo man.
Yes.
Nzegu, who led the coup in Kaduna, is an Igbo man.
Yes.
In Exhibit 9, that is why we struck by Ademoyega, which I'm sure you must have read. You read it. The excuse given for not acting in Enugu at all was the visit of the Archbishop. Is that correct?
Yes.
The reason why the coup did not take place at all in Enugu.
Yes.
Yes. In Exhibit 8, which you also tendered, that is the book written by Bule, Bule said when they were discussing the coup, he expressed his fears that people will say it was an Igbo coup.
Well, Bule could answer that question. I didn't tell that. Bule
You must have read it.
Yes, I read it, yes.
Okay. You read that?
Yes.
He also said the reason why he said so was that 60% of the officer corps at that time were all Igbos.
Yes.
Now, please give him a copy of the response by Arewa.
Response by who?
My Lord, it has not been tendered yet.
Not been tendered. How can I give him what is not tendered yet? It has to be tendered first.
Yes, it has happened in this tribunal.
Hold it. Okay. Our procedure here is tender, mark, read, use.
My Lord, we apply to tender the response by Arewa. We can. Through him.
From the bar?
No, my Lord, it has been done,
Hold it.
with all respect, it has been done in this commission that an attention of a witness is drawn to a
Hold
document.
it. I know. If you tender it from the bar,
I'm not tendering it from the bar. I want to tender it through the witness.
So how can they cross-examine him? He's not a maker.
My Lord, I'm not saying he's a maker. I want him to read a portion of it, and it was done in this commission, my Lord.
Well,
This is a fact-finding commission, and it was done in this
I
commission.
know, but if you wanted to tender a document, it's either from the bar or from the
I want
witness
to
box.
draw his attention to a portion.
Well, if you call attention, then it becomes something for identification. When it's tendered, it becomes an exhibit.
Thank you, my Lord. No, it doesn't matter. He will identify it. Let me see the place. Please have a look at this document.
All right, you want to contradict him with that?
Not contradiction.
Well, that's the point. If it's a question of contradicting him, then you lay the foundation. Then you give him, look at this document. Then it's tendered.
I'm not contradicting him, my Lord.
Well?
I'm following a sequence of asking of facts.
Now give him, if he says he knows
Yes.
what it is, whether you have seen it before.
Have a look at the cover of that document. It was the response by Arewa Forum to your petition. Is that correct?
Yes.
My Lord, even at this stage, if they want the witness to stand down and put somebody to tender that document, we will not have any problem. But this witness cannot tender a document made by another person in cross-examination. It is not yet evidence. My Lord, I will object, even for him to look at it. I do not mind if they want him to stand down, they put in their witness, tender a document which becomes evidence, and then we can go on. We have never seen this done before.
Earlier on, there are ways of tendering a document and purposes for tendering a document. If you want to contradict a witness, you lay the foundation, what we call insinuation, probing, then confrontation. You haven't done any insinuation, you haven't done any probing, therefore it's not confrontation. Now, if you tender it from the bar, nobody can cross-examine you where you are. So somebody will go there and tender it, then be cross-examined on it.
With
Then
all
it becomes
respect-
an exhibit.
With all respect, my Lord, we'll leave the document for now. Please give the witness Exhibit 8. Exhibit 8 was tendered by Ohaneze. Exhibit 8. See page, please look at page 18. You have seen the place at the bottom of the page where Bule said, the whole world will think that the coup is an Igbo coup.
I didn't say where I'm reading.
Yes, I'll show it to you. The page 18 is on your left, page 19 on your right. Towards the middle, because there are up to 10 paragraphs, where he said, Igbos and Yorubas, but mostly Igbos. The world may say this was an Igbo coup. That's Bule himself. You have seen the place?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yes. And then down there, second to the last line, is where he stated that 60% of the entire officer corps of the Nigerian army are Igbos. You have seen that also?
Yes, I've seen that.
Yes. Then go to page 28.
Yes.
Now, page 28, the second paragraph, but the premier didn't think much of that answer. You have seen that? About paragraph.
Yes.
Yes.
Not the second. Not
Yes,
second
that was
paragraph.
when the premier
Not the sixth
visited
paragraph.
them in London and spoke in Hausa. And that annoyed them. And then down there he said, "Don't worry, Ben." Nzegu said, "We will soon teach that bloody potentate a lesson he will never forget."
That is one man's prejudice. It's not the prejudice
Yes, have
of
you
the
seen?
Igbo
Have
people.
you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yes. So you have agreed with me that the officers who led the coup in Kaduna, Lagos, and Ibadan were all Igbo officers.
No, Colonel Unebo is not an Igbo who tried to save the coup and lost his life.
I'm talking of those who led the coup, not those who participated. Okafo and Ifejuna led the coup in Lagos, Nzegu in Kaduna, Nwobusi in Ibadan. The coup did not take place in Enugu. Is that correct?
I'm listening.
Okay. No, I want you to answer whether that is correct.
I won't saw those who led the coup. We are talking about the 5 measures. Yes, beyond that, there are many others. No.
Comrade,
Who's rank, I don't know.
you signed the petition and signed the summary.
Yes.
And this was tendered as part of the petition.
And in petition, I never said that the all who led the coup are Igbos. So what they're asking me is not in my petition I signed.
From what you read now, Nzegu and Bule planned to kill Sardauna since 1962, simply because he
I don't know
spoke.
about Bule. I want
You
to
read
kill.
it now. That's what you read. That's Bule and Nzegu talking there on that page. They were annoyed Sardauna spoke Hausa, and they said they will teach him a lesson he will never forget.
But the sentence they didn't say Nzegu and Bulie said. He said Nzegu said.
No,
Nzongo said.
don't worry, Ben. Nzegu said. So is that correct that Nzegu said so? From what you read.
Yes, that's his personal opinion.
Is that correct that he said so?
Fed, I wasn't overseas with them anyway. That's all written here.
No,
It was
from
correct.
what you read, I'm not saying you are overseas
Yes,
with
yes.
Thank you very much. Now, give him Exhibit 9. Okay. Please see page 85 to 86 of that exhibit. See page 85.
Yes, I'm on page 85.
Yes. Sorry, let me see my own copy. Exhibit 9 is the book written by Ademoyega. Is that correct?
Yes. That's very strange to me. Very
strange to you.
me.
You don't know that eagle
No.
is part of the symbol of Roman Catholic. You don't know that?
No, I don't.
Thank you very much. Okay. Now, sorry. Now, according to your petition, virtually all the leaders of this country were from the north.
All the
Leaders of this country, that is General Gowon, Babangida, Buhari, Abacha, were all from the north.
the chart is very clear. Say most of the leaders, not to say virtually all.
Okay, most of them. No, you said most, you said virtually all except Iransi.
Well, there's a chart there that mentioned also, what's his name? Olusegun Obasanjo
Shonika.
and Shonekan.
Okay. Now, you know that General Buhari, who took over from Shagari, was also a northerner like Shagari.
Yes,
Babangida, who took over from Buhari, was also a northerner.
yes.
And none of these people claim that they were taken over as northerners.
That is not true.
Tell Tell us what
Gowon
it
in his first coup on 8th of September 1966 told the whole of the North that they should stop killing Igbos because it has pleased God Almighty to put another Northerner again in charge.
Is that before this commission?
That is not an address to the officers. It's an address to a specific political constituency.
Why did he say that? We are trying to find out.
Or
facts.
his first broadcast.
Okay. That does not necessarily mean that all these leaders, all these military leaders represented the North. All of them you listed.
That's representative of the attitude of most of them. And in any case, we're not talking about...
Are you saying that as
sorry,
a
we're
fact?
We're not talking about individuals, we're talking about a system.
No, but you're complaining of the individuals in your petition. You said, looking at the list of all the political leaders, it is very clear that North has always dominated political power.
Yeah, because and what I'm trying
of a
failure of a system.
Listen, the fact we are trying to elicit from you is these Northern leaders were there either in their own right or representing a group, but certainly not Northerners as a group.
Well, but I've just made a quotation for you
that
doesn't seem to say that it is appealing to the whole of the Nigerians that Nigeria again is
at the time Gowon took over.
But in any case, the point I'm trying to make is that whether Northerners are 100% in charge of the army or any other group, that these are consequences of the failure of the Nigerian state, of the Nigerian system.
Comrade, in your petition, you said as part of the marginalization, the Northerners rejected Ekweme and voted for Obasanjo. Is that correct?
No.
What did you say?
I said there that as a continuation of the marginalization, yes, after the Ndigbo voted 70.29%.
No, before then.
No, that's the logic. If you read that paragraph down, it's not talking about not giving presidency to Ekweme. What we're talking about that is part of a massive support that the new dispensation considered it proper to continue with disempowerment. Please read that paragraph down.
That is not correct. You said that's separate, but there's a place you said in your petition that as part of the marginalization, the North rejected Ekweme before you went to Obasanjo.
No.
I will show it to you. Now, when they mentioned in 1998. It's page 12. Look at that. Now, I'll come back to that later when I see the exact place. Now, in your, give him exhibit 7. You have not seen it.
Yes. I'm talking about page 10.
Yes, have you seen it? Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Can I read that for you?
Yes.
With the advent of civilian democracy once more in Nigeria in 1999, Ndigbo heaved a sigh of relief, for they hoped that it would mean the end of marginalization of Ndigbo. Dr. Alex Ekwueme, an eminent Igbo son and former vice president of Nigeria and one of the founders of People's Democratic Party, invited all Nigerians to join the party. General Olusegun Obasanjo emerged as the presidential candidate and won the presidency on the PDP platform.
Okay, full stop.
Ndigbo of northeastern Nigeria voted for him massively, and he obtained 7.29% of the votes cast. The vote was then in the last said, but despite these political facts and provisions made in Nigeria 1999 Constitution, it will appear that the present government has thrown these principles overboard, and so on and so forth. So what we're trying to say there is that in spite of our massive vote, the dispensation of Nigeria are not yet convinced that we are Nigerians.
Now, have you seen Exhibit 7?
Sorry.
It was as a result of the report of the pogrom and Justice Onyekwe Commission of Inquiry that Ohaneze said there was genocide against the Igbos. Is that correct?
As a result of that?
Yes.
From
your petition.
My God, it can't be. We felt the pogrom. I mean,
And what happened during the
after
civil...
you have been killed, realize that you have been killed. Every family in Igbo land felt the pogrom.
Simply answer the question.
I'm answering your question.
Yes, it was from the report of the pogrom and then the Justice Onyekwe Commission of Inquiry and the Civil War that you said Ohaneze believed that what happened in Nigeria was a genocide. Is that correct?
No, what the report did was only to codify the figures.
Yes, and say what?
To collect the figures, rather.
Then what is your argument that there was genocide against the Igbos?
My argument that there's genocide against the Igbos, one, that every family in Igbo land.
No, I'm talking of the evidence you led before this commission. That is the report of Justice Onyekwe Commission.
Onyekwe, yes.
And then the pogrom.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
You also said that the report of that commission was an international commission which investigated the civil war and concluded there was genocide. Is that correct?
That was one source of information.
Okay. Are you aware that there was also a committee by the OAU and the United Nations that came to Nigeria and made its own independent investigation and made a report?
Well, nobody brought that to my notice here.
So you are not aware? You are not aware?
No.
Okay. Never mind. Now see page 13 of Exhibit 1.
Page 13 of what?
Exhibit 1.
Page 13 of what?
Exhibit 1, your petition. The last paragraph there, the quotation, that's the quotation by a minister of land and surveys of northern Nigeria, making reference to the demand by Igbos to have land in the north. You have seen it?
What page are you referring to?
Page 13.
Okay.
Under genocide.
Yes, please.
You have seen it?
Yes.
What that quotation was saying, it was making reference only to the demand by the Igbos for permanent land in northern Nigeria. Is that correct?
That is your own interpretation, our own interpretation that the...
Read it out and tell us what it means.
Mr. Chairman, sir...
You gave that as an evidence of intention to genocide.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
Your own interpretation different from ours.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chairman, sir...
Yes.
I do not like to take up much of the time of this House in making explanations, but I would like to assure members that having heard their demands about Igbos holding land in northern Nigeria, my ministry will do all it can to see that the demands of members are met. How to do this when to do it, all this should not be disclosed. In due course, you see what will happen.
Because he said the mode by which land would be given to Igbos will not be disclosed, you concluded that that was planned for genocide.
In due course, you see what will happen. It's a very sinister and pregnant statement.
How? But it can only be interpreted in the context in which it was made. You agree with me?
Even in that context, you see, for both a lot of darkness.
With the subject matter being demand by Igbos for land.
I'm interpreting it within the context.
Just listen, yes. With the subject matter being demand by Igbos to have land permanently in northern Nigeria.
Well, sir,
the procedure, simply because the minister said the procedure they will go about to do that cannot by any stretch of definition or explanation be meant to be an intention to wipe out Igbos from the north. You will agree with me?
I've already answered that question, that we found this thing very, very threatening.
That how they do it, you find it threatening?
That sentence I read out there, and if I quoted the whole Hansard, we have seen more speeches even more threatening than this.
Comrade,
yeah, but this,
comrade, a little louder, please. We're not hearing you.
I'm sorry, sir.
Please give me Exhibit 5. Is titled Nigeria Biafra Conflict, an International Commission of Jurists finding on prima facie evidence of genocide. Now, from the contents there, you have investigators' report. You have seen it.
I'm sorry, sir.
I say from the cover there, you saw from the contents, investigators' report, page 71, and communique, page 103. You have seen it?
Sorry, page 71.
No, the cover, from the cover, you have contents written there.
That's not what's given to me. The cover has Nigerian Biafran conflict.
Yes, and
an International Commission of Jurists.
Yes. Then after that, you have contents.
You have prima facie evidence of genocide.
Yes.
Then contents, okay, yes.
Good. The last two items there were investigators' report, page 71.
Oh, okay, yes, sorry.
And communique, page 103.
Yes.
Please check through the document whether there are pages 71 and 103. Because the one we collected from the commission has no page 71 and 103. And part of your petition relied on this document as evidence of genocide.
The one you gave me now, there is none.
Okay.
Stop at page 50 something. 50. Start.
Now, see page 27 of your petition. You have seen it?
Yes, my lord.
Now, the figures you gave there, that there are estimated 6,000 Igbo civilians killed. It was not, it was just an estimate.
All our figures here are educated estimates.
Not facts.
Facts, when I say educated estimates,
No.
because we interviewed
are these facts?
Can I explain how we came at the figures?
No, simple question. You said estimated 600,000 Igbo civilians. And my question is simple. These are not facts, they are estimates.
I said that I won't even answer that question. I said that estimated as the educated estimates.
Thank you very much.
And if I explain to you why, I find that almost
No, that's all right.
Yes.
And the figure 900,000, which you said are Igbo children who died of nourishment, were also estimates.
Educated estimates.
Yes. And the 2 million Naira Igbo children who suffered permanent intellectual retardation were also educated estimates, not facts.
We carried out census family to family in Igbo
Simple
land.
question, yes.
But I have to explain to you how I am not a robot.
Yes. Are you saying an estimate or educated estimate is the same thing as a fact?
I mean that we carried a census family to family. Every family Igbo land was concerned, and we were able to get from them actual figures of those who were affected before we made figures on everything we made here.
Now,
and it took years to compile this.
Why didn't you state facts since you made census and you have the names? Why did you say, when you know this is a fact-finding commission, why did you say estimate?
Oh, we're just being humble.
You're trying to be humble.
Yes.
Now, see page 30 of your petition.
30?
Yes. You stated there that during General Gawan's regime, that is after the war, 4,000 Igbo policemen were dismissed. And is that also an estimate?
No, this was an estimate.
This, you are sure of this fact? Because Rivadu is here.
Because what?
I say the police lawyer is hearing you. You are sure?
Yes, he's hearing me.
Okay. You are sure it's not an estimate?
No, this is an estimate.
Okay. Now, please go back to page 18 of your petition. You stated at page 18 that the creation of states in 1967 was deliberately to paralyze Igbos. That's what you said.
Yes.
You are aware that before those states were created, there were agitations from the South for creation of states.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now, please go to page 34. Paragraph 534. You have seen that?
Yes.
You stated here as a fact that Mr. Asika asked the federal government for only 400 million pounds for reconstruction of war damages. And General Gawan said Nigeria had no money. Are you still maintaining that as a fact?
Yes, it was published. We are quoting Eastern Renaissance.
That Nigeria said it has no money?
We are quoting Renaissance, which is the paper of East Central of those days.
Okay. Page 34. At the same page 34, under 53.6, you stated that even the boundary adjustment, which General Obasanjo did in 1976, was deliberately to deny the Ndigbo of oil wells. Are you maintaining that?
Yes.
As a fact or as a view of the Ohaneze?
No, it's the fact that it's evident only a few weeks ago when they returned a few of the oil wells to Abia State.
As I mentioned, we don't want clapping. We want to listen to the evidence.
Please, just allow the witnesses to talk.
Now, at page 4 of your petition, you said the population of Igbos before independence was 16% of the population of Nigeria.
Yes.
At page 35, you said the population of Igbos before the independence was 17.16. Can you please clarify which one, or they are all estimates?
Referring to page 4.
Yes, page 4, at the opening paragraph.
Yes.
You said your population before independence.
Opening paragraph 1, 2.
Yes, the opening paragraph. Yes, 1, 2.
It can't be 1, 2, yes.
Yes, 5.5 million, constituting 16.6.
Then you refer me to where?
Yes, then go to page 35.
Yes.
So which one? Or are they all estimates? Because they were percentage of Igbo population before independence. And you are referring to a census conducted 52, 53.
Because we're referring...
We just want to know the facts. So it is 16%.
No, we are in fact, there we have even more facts to offer. We got demographers, and there are sources they quoted from.
No, it's a simple question. These are supposed to be
not
facts.
estimates.
They're
based
all
on
estimates.
official government publication, federal government publications.
Both the 16% and the 17%.
Yes, there are two conflicting figures.
Okay.
It's not a consensus.
Okay. Please give him exhibit 4. Give him exhibit 4. Exhibit 4, which Ohaneze tendered, was a report of the Sabongari market disturbances. Is that correct?
Page what, my lord?
The whole report, exhibit 4.
Oh, okay, yes.
It's a report of the Sabongari market. See page 8 of that report. You have seen it? You have seen page 8?
Yes, please.
Yes, what the panel said was that the whole incident was a simple fight between two individuals, and one happened to be an Igbo man and one happened to be a Hausa man. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the finding of that panel was that hoodlums took over the fight, and that led to the disturbances. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, see page 29.
Of the same report?
Yes. You have seen it. The tabulation at the end of page 49 showed, you have seen it?
29 or 49?
Yes, of the same report.
29?
Yes. The tabulation showed that as a result of that Kano disturbances, 2 churches were destroyed and 15 mosques were destroyed. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, comrade, please go to page 45 of your petition, exhibit 1.
Page 45.
Yes. You listed
Hold on.
some disturbances in the north where you said Igbos were favorite scapegoats. You saw them?
Yes.
You have not had the privilege of getting copies of reports of judicial inquiries which investigated those disturbances. If you have, tell the commission.
No.
Okay. Now, you also tendered and led evidence in the case of the Akaluka. You remember?
Yes.
You remember that too?
Yes.
Yes. You have not had the opportunity of seeing the report of the official investigation into the conduct of that, into the reason behind that disturbances.
We saw a report from the, is it from the police or the warder or of the prison authorities? There was a report.
You have not seen the one from the police?
There was a report we saw. I don't know which one now.
Okay. Now, do you know as a fact that as a result of the investigation by the government of Kano State to fish out the killers of Akaluka, about 20 people were shot and killed? Are you aware of that?
So 20 people were
shot and killed in the name that, or on the pretext that they were part of the Islamic fundamentalists that killed Akaluka. Are you aware of that?
No, but shot and killed. I don't know if shot
Yes.
and killed.
As a result of the investigation,
Yes.
trying to fish out those who killed a Kaluka,
Uh-huh.
20 people were killed, were shot by the police and killed. They were shot dead by the police. Non-Igbos, Hausa Fulanis, in an effort to find out the killers of a Kaluka, long after the incident. Are you aware of that?
No, I wasn't.
Thank
I'm
you.
not.
Thank you very much. Now, were you before this commission when CC Ono gave evidence?
Was I what?
Were you before the commission when Chief CC Ono testified?
No, I wasn't there that day.
Okay. Were you before the commission when Professor Modebe testified, the professor?
No, he was in.
Modebe.
No, he was reading his this thing when I left.
Oh, you did not wait to hear the conclusion?
No, that was really bereaved. So after my this thing, I left.
Okay. Now, it was the view of the evidence led by Ohaneze that there is need for a national conference to decide all these issues raised. Do you share that view?
I share that view, but not sovereign national. Well, I share that view.
But not sovereign national conference?
I share that view because. Can I go on?
No, you share the view. Now, the conference being agitated is conference of all nationalities. Suppose we want you to help this commission make suggestion on how that can be done. How do we have conference of nationalities in a country where you have over 400 tribes?
Well, let me say that I would personally have preferred a conference of economic classes and social forces, a conference of popular forces in the country.
Not nationalities.
But still a national conference. But I would prefer a conference that will not take us down to primordial sentiments.
Okay.
I prefer one that turns Nigeria into a melting pot version of a federalism.
Exactly. That is
because when you are going back to to tribes and nationalities, you are opening a gateway for neo-colonialist forces to come back now and reinforce this recolonization which they're already doing anyway.
Okay. Now, Exhibit 14, tendered by Ohaneze, made a suggestion at the end that the best way to reconcile Nigerians, especially as it affects the issue of marginalization, is to enforce strictly the principles of federal character. Do you share that view?
Yes, very much.
Now, the report of the Presidential Committee appointed by Obasanjo suggested the abrogation of that committee and the setting up instead of what they call Equal Opportunities Commission. Do you share that view?
Well, I'll probably share.
In the context of claims and counterclaims of marginalization.
Yes. I think I will go first for a national phase of federal character. Later, when Nigerians have learned to regard themselves as one, then you can go on now to the phase of equal opportunities.
My Lord, that's all for you.
Yes, can you enlighten me a bit? No, Council. You mentioned a very interesting word, equal opportunity. What does that mean?
My Lord, when the Presidential Commission came...
No.
Yeah, that's what I want to tell you.
Everybody alone,
No, that's what I want to tell you, sir. When they came to Kaduna, they came with the 1999 Constitution, and what they recommended should be the amendments. And I saw a paragraph where they said they don't like the Federal Character Commission. They will rather prefer Equal Opportunities Commission.
And I want you to help us.
Yes.
If you get 4 people to run, one is a cripple, one is a small boy of 3, one is an old man of 80, one is a young man of 15. Anybody who is first to reach 100 years, I give him a prize. The distance is equal.
Yes.
The opportunity is equal.
Yes.
Is that equal, really?
Thank you.
just to add to what the chairman has said, maybe we can revise the scenario and say, if we have a drum that is 3 feet high, another drum is 4 feet, another one is 2, another one is 1, another one is half an inch, and you fill them up with water, which one is more full? Because I think that the point about equal opportunities is important to each, according to what is his due. And I just hope, like the chairman has said over and over, that these are really issues for further reflection. Because one of the biggest problems with the federal character idea is that, indeed, we don't even know how many we are, because we are still in the process of discovering other Nigerian tribes that have still not been discovered. So even when we talk about federal character, we don't know what we look like, and that is something we must not be ashamed to admit. But the idea of equal opportunities, which has become prevalent in many Western societies, there is an Equal Opportunities Commission in Britain. The idea is that it is assumed that that society has gone beyond the issue of ethnicity and other things, but that it is simply saying, let there be opportunities for everybody who claims to be a British citizen. Unfortunately, the concept of citizenship has not yet emerged in our society. But I'm just hoping that, and as the chairman has said over and over, these are issues for further reflection. And if you have any idea, please let us know. That is why I'm happy that my good friend Dr. Tahir is here, because he has been between all the classes. He started off as a socialist in Ahmadu Bello University. He's moved to part of the ruling classes, and he's in a very good position to. It's an area that is of great research interest to him. So I'm happy that he is here.
Yes, my Lord, I want to just make a comment, and Your Lordship cracked a joke, and the Reverend Father also made a similar one. Your Lordships will remember that, will recall that hands were clapped, people laughed, which is natural. Such jokes at times intermittently need to be there to diffuse tension, and I can see an understanding even among the petitioners, the respondents, counsel, and that is how it should be. I just want to say it's natural at times to clap, because when Your Lordship made that comment, people clapped, and it was just natural.
We had in Enugu, Council, we had in Enugu that if we stop them clapping, we will be infringing upon their human rights to clap.
And my Lord, the very person that says so is just next but one to me. Well, I won't mention the name. Yes, on a serious note, comrade, I have a few questions for you. I know I was not at Enugu when you gave your evidence, but I followed the events, I looked at the scripts, the papers, and watched the screens. Now, comrade, I remember you saying you are an author. You wrote some books.
I didn't say that.
You wrote a book.
I didn't say that.
You said you are a writer.
I didn't say I wrote a book.
I have the transcript.
I didn't say I wrote a book there.
But did you call yourself a writer? What?
Yes, I have books in the offing.
You are a writer. What do you write?
Books in the offing.
Yes. What do you write?
I have books in the offing. I have 4 volumes in print.
You wrote?
Yes.
Yes, you authored some books. That's what I'm saying. You authored some books.
Yes.
Or pamphlets, if you want to call them.
No, not pamphlets.
Yeah, books. Books.
Yes, they're coming out.
Yes, you authored some books. Now, I will come to that, but before that, please have a look at this document. Please have a look at this document. Just have a look at the cover, and probably the second page. You are literate, you are educated, you can read and write. That is the response by ACF to your petition before this horrible commission. That is the response. Yes or no? Look at it. I know you are a man of truth. Thank you. He said, that is the response by ACF. My Lord, I apply to tender it as an exhibit before this horrible commission.
My Lord, members of the Commission, this matter has been flogged, and my learned friend, my learned colleague, is now stopped from raising this matter. I say my learned colleague is stopped from raising this issue of tendering or attempting to tender this document through a person who neither received it nor made it. He is not Ohaneze. He is not. It is a response to a document sent to this commission and served on Ohaneze. 2, he did not make this document. So even if you have to cross-examine him, it must be on a document which he made. There has been a ruling on this matter, and I object in tendering it, and secondly say my learned friend is stopped by the ruling, earlier ruling given on this matter.
People are converting this into a court of law. It's not a court of law.
As the commission pleases.
Well, aren't you calling the makers of this document?
My Lord, that is a very relevant question. And
I want to be
practical before I answer that. Now, my Lord, this is a...
Hold it. Let's decide this first.
Yes.
If you are calling them, we can admit it for identification.
Well, my Lord,
but if you are not calling them, it raises some issues.
Yes, my Lord, that is it. I have something to say which is material, and it will help all of us since we're here to do justice. My Lord, this witness, you can remember the uproar when before asking for money for compensation. This witness has just been recalled and is going back. And what sense does it make for us to recall him back just to come and answer, probably to show you 1 or 2 issues here, 1 or 2 pages? This witness this thing can be tendered through him. I have an authority here. It can be done so. That is even before a regular court. Let alone this is a commission of inquiry. Documents can come from any side. I mean, what do we benefit? If that is what they want.
We have been here for almost 4 months.
Yes, madam.
We've received documents from people who were named in petition. They tendered it themselves.
Yes, my Lord, what I am saying...
We can admit this for what it's worth.
Yes, my Lord, but I can still proceed. That's what I'm insisting.
I ask you a question.
Yes, my Lord.
Will the authors come and give evidence? If they will, we'll admit this for identification.
But if we say for identification, that may preclude me from further going to ask him certain questions. But if I will be allowed, fine.
What is I don't see the hurdle. They are coming to give evidence.
They are coming, but this witness is going. Except if your lordship will...
We will make him available for you.
Well, I don't mind then.
I don't mind. Hold it. In Dia's case, some witnesses were recalled 5 times.
Yes, my Lord.
So don't worry about that.
I don't mind.
We'll recall him for you.
I don't mind.
So, my Lord, if I...
And in any case, yes, before I sit down, and just before we resolve the issue, my Lord, just before we resolve the issue, I was trying to highlight, 1, that my Lord, as your Lordship had pointed out several times, the strict rules of evidence do not apply here, to start with. Secondly, my Lord, there is a Supreme Court case, and I have the citation here. And if in a regular court, the law allows a document to be tendered through cross-examination, whether admitted or denied, then what is the hurdle here? Whether after he has admitted, he has seen it. He said, this is, he pointed it. He pointed at it, this is the response of, well, then what is it's before the commission. Duly filed. I don't see. What I am saying is to their own interest. It's in their own interest, but if they object to it, fine and good, since there is an undertaking that the witness will recall for me.
My Lord, I have a suggestion to make for progress. If, for the purposes of letting this document in for now, the Commission can temporarily order the witness to step down. The maker is here. Let him go and tender it, and they continue. He's here. It's better.
You may step down now, call the maker, then it becomes exhibit, then it will go on.
My Lord, let us just tender for identification and proceed so that we don't upset the sequence. Let us have it.
Isn't it needed to tender so you can use it?
Well, it's okay.
Yes. If you can stand down a bit.
Let me confirm if the maker is here. Let me just confirm.
Well, confirm what the maker is.
My Lord, I understand the maker is here. Let's have the maker, please.
In all other cases, responses were tendered by those who made them.
Yes, I agree, my lord.
And when even the counsel for the commission wants to lead them, they say, no, I'll be led by my own lawyer. Somebody like Sabo doesn't want anybody to lead him except his own lawyer.
I remember that vividly, my lord. Let's have the witness. Umar.
Colonel H.I. Ali.
Please, can you proceed to the witness box?